nationwide effort to track down the
Hi,
suspect
my
in the
boys.
fatal shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson.
This is
Former NYPD Chief of Detectives Robert Boyce says
the
having the
Pete
feds involved
Snapper
will help
page
attract
that I've been
hits.
following, but there is people in there that are using the court system, and this reckless girl, Caitlin,
Police Friday finding a backpack believed to be
she
the suspects in
is.
Central Park, and they are now combing it for clues.
If this is true and she's not an actor
Cases
or
of
whatever it
mysterious
is,
disease surging in Africa.
she's putting people like me, children, away and forcing them into pills. I'm speaking from experience, I'm speaking from knowledge, because the children's voices are being silenced. My offsprings. This is my brother. That was my little brother. Right after this,
A motion to impeach South Korean President Yoon Suk Yeol fell through
he got hit by a
after
car.
most lawmakers from his party boycotted the
I think
vote.
this was part of his preschool
Imposition
pictures.
of martial law to move through this country in political chaos.
And he
In a
got
televised
hit
address, he
with his
apologized
shirt
and said his
on.
actions stem from the urgency he felt as president, but
I think it was
caused
his shirt,
anxiety and inconvenience to the public.
his
Dave
preschool
Packard,
shirt.
ABC News.
And it has like a picture on him, and it had a picture of him.
When you give them the coziest scuba matching set, the real gift is this.
My brother
And this.
was abused
And this.
mentally, verbally, physically. Like it was
beyond. Open the moment. Shop now at Lululemon.com.
by my dad. Then in school, it was worse. It got worse. It got teachers. Teachers were the first ones that I knew that were evil. A teacher, this is why I accepted going into special ed, because I'm like, this is bullshit. Because my brother and what I saw, I was dealing with too much at the time, and I just couldn't deal with it. And we were living in La Mirada, and that's when I kind of noticing something going on, because there is a black family a black family moved into the neighborhood, and they had kids, and there was me and my sister, we were happy we were able to play. It was a girl. But around that time, my brother was hit.
And according to the music streaming service, Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso was the most streamed song on the platform
in the school. Eventually, when he went back to school, the teachers wanted him to listen, sit down. First of all, his femur was broken, and for a child, come on. If you're an adult and you broke something, if you broke your leg, would you want to fucking sit down that long? No. Then he started acting out. My brother started acting out. Behaviors I didn't think he would do at school. Because he didn't do some of that stuff at home. No, because he would get beaten. Then he figured he could get away little by little at school. The first incident was scary was when the teacher comes to me and asks, like, your brother is underneath the table breaking up crayons and like picking stuff. What's going on? And then my brother made up this excuse, like a long story that my mom was dead and my mom wasn't my real mom. And I'm like, then there was a little investigation going on because I did not look like my mother either. So then they started using that against me, getting away with a lot of shit. Like, oh, okay. That's how I was able to be in special ed, because the teacher told me I was stupid. No one liked liked her. Mrs. Nyborg, no one liked her. And she did slap a boy in class. It was our picture day. And he wasn't like, he was a clown. He was a class clown. Ryan, I think Brian or Ryan.
This episode is brought to you
I already forgot.
There's nothing sweeter than baking cookies during the
But I know
holidays.
it's,
Prime,
I can't, like, I get those names mixed up anyways. So
no last minute store trips needed.
he
Of course,
got on the
I've lost
teacher's
my
nerve,
favorite
and then the
holiday
teacher
playlist
ends up
on
slapping
Amazon.
him.
It's the ultimate soundtrack.
I did not see. I heard them arguing,
It's on Prime.
and he comes to me, and the handprint was on his face. Like, there was no denying what. And he was red. His eyes were red, and he was crying, like he was holding back his anger. I saw it. And
in the murder of a health insurance CEO.
he was asking if I saw it.
That they're investigating, which is a grudge against United
And
Healthcare in particular.
I didn't see it. I really didn't see it. I didn't see it, so I couldn't lie. He needed a witness. He needed a witness. And all I knew is he had the print on him, and he was holding his face. And it was red. It was red. It looked like a cartoon. That's how bad it, that's how it built in my brain. And then the police were called. Then I got interviewed. And the police like kind of like did the good cop bad cop kind of type thing. Like I don't know if his birthday was the same as mine, but that's what he said, and that's what made me open up, because my family and dead family, because my dad was still alive at the time, but he told us number 2 is our family. So when that officer said that his birthday was the same birthday as mine, it made me trust the cop. You see, I was still a child, so anybody that has 2 in their birthday or has something similar to me, I do the synchronizing, and then I'll get my answer, even if they're bad people. Even if they're bad people and they synchronize with me, I still gotta go with them, because that's what I was told to. And now there's a lesson for me in there. So when that's what made me opened up more, made me more comfortable on what he needed the information from me. So as I'm telling him, he said okay, like that was okay. Like whatever I had to get out, it needed to be out. Then I'm thinking she's not going to go back. There's no way she's going to lose her job. We get another teacher. Like, this is it. Like, we're saved. We don't need that teacher anymore. She's evil. She would always slap her hand, because I was a lefty and I have to turn my paper, and it was just comfortable for me. And she would always slap her hand on the desk, and the paper like fixing my hand, and it would hurt. It hurt.
So they had to start over, but they did get a key image, one where he did not have on a face mask, and they blasted that out.
I remember the next day.
By now, must recognize who this shooter is.
At one point,
the next day, we had to wait. Like, we were wondering, like, why we were waiting outside. The whole class was waiting for a long time, and we're like, oh, maybe it's a new teacher. Maybe she's on her way, or whatever it was. And then all of a sudden, you see her coming back up, the same teacher, Mrs. Nyborg, like pretending to cry and opening the door, but giving us a mean-ass stare. And I just like, oh my gosh, like,
and depose. Those are often words associated with the insurance industry.
How are we gonna get out of this class? It kind of felt like the book. There's a book about it.
Why insurance companies don't pay
anyways,
claims.
that's what kind of reminded me of, even still to this day.
The authorities don't think.
And then she ends up calling me stupid, that I would never amount to anything,
think
and
she's
it just
proficient with the weapon, which is
like
a
I
rather
was tired of her
unique
bullshit.
9mm pistol. It has a long barrel.
And then
bolt
coming
action,
home
so
to my
it's
brother in
more
the body
complicated
cast
perhaps
and
than your average
having
handgun.
all
But
this shit at home,
he's seen being
I broke
proficient with it.
down.
If it
And
jams or if he manually has to
Ryan
cycle
comes
through,
up, and
he's
one of my other
capable
friends
of doing
comes up
that, fired off several
and
shots.
like tries
But
to
Brett,
comfort
they
me
think
and
he
says
may have
like
made too many mistakes to be a
you could
professional.
tell or something
At
like
one
that.
point,
Go
he's
tell.
seen at a
Like I heard
Starbucks
her. I
just
heard
before
what
the
you
shooting,
heard.
and
I
he
heard.
bought a water bottle and a couple of granola bars, leaving the wrappers behind.
So then I told my mom. My mom's like, if you're lying, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. I'm like, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. And
sure yet, but that would
sure enough,
be a key piece of evidence.
the teacher comes in, and my mom had a meeting with the principal and the teacher, and the teacher's even gaslighting, like whatever she was saying, it wasn't true. I'm like,
did he have enemies? Is there anything we should know
I'm stuck. Like my mom's not in class. She doesn't know what I do. I don't do all that shit. I don't talk. I don't do any of that.
He had a $10 million annual compensation package.
I just observe.
Routinely would point out
and
when they would challenge the way the insurance companies.
And I remember her like getting my hands and go. It was a misunderstanding.
That we checked with.
Like
in fact, his local police department said there was
like to the tune of I couldn't hear well, or I couldn't do it, or whatever it was. It was
prior to that, there hadn't been a call to his house.
I ended up getting into the special ed class, and they're saying that they'd never said that.
The sort of vitriol
she never even said those words. Never came out of her mouth like that, and I'm like,
really sort of made this.
Oh my, like I was stuck. I didn't know what to do, and I remember after, like,
thank you so much.
Thank you, Brett.
I remember my mom after the meeting. My mom just stared me down to the car like I embarrassed her. I made her go, and I made her go into school.
Hey, business
and I'm like, I wasn't lying.
You not start your business so you could spend all your
and
time
then she's like, and you're doing this in class, and
I'm
like, I don't know what I thought I was expecting. Like, teacher to tell the truth. Like, I didn't. Maybe more investigation. Maybe my mom to back me up. Like, it's like she didn't know me. She just took like it pissed me off.
Your clients and even handle your taxes within the app.
It really did.
Set aside money for different
so then I observed the special ed classes because I was in there now. Now I'm getting pulled in there because I had to learn how to do everything. And we did move a lot, and my mom did not help me. And I did have a hard time speaking when I was younger because of the... It's like a language. It's like speaking Spanish. That's what my grandma told me. And now that I know, it's like another language. You have to like register what they're saying to you, and then English comes along, and you're like, someone can tell you to sit down, and you'd be like,
Sephora's biggest sale of the year is on.
Why?
20% off the best
or
gifts,
sometimes you'll just sit down, but you're still processing.
Thank you.
You may be sitting down, but in your head, you're not really sitting down. You're just like, it's confusing. It really is.
I'm obsessed.
Since I'm so detached, it's just black for me. Like,
20% off your purchase.
I can't explain it. I can't explain it, but not right now, because I'm trying to get to a point here about dreams.
An earthquake hit Northern California.
And okay, reckless, because I want to hurry up. Reckless.
But the epicenter was out in the Pacific Ocean, which might make you think, okay, that's less worrisome. And perhaps that's what residents thought until phones
She's a part
started
of
going off
the
region, warning them of a tsunami.
My throat.
ABC's Melissa Adon is based in California. She joins us now. Melissa, can you just walk me through this? What happened yesterday?
So I was one of those people. I was actually positioned in Northern California for another story, and I got the alert. I was in Oroville, California. So many of us were going to the phone, seeing if we saw anything.
She's like, I don't do magic. So she is
also got the alerts, and then it was in Humboldt County. that's where we started to see
I'm
damage.
trying to get her what she
We're talking
says.
about homes that basically their foundations
Oh,
were shaken.
there's more.
Tens of thousands of power lines went down. Folks, they're losing power.
We had a transformer blow just a couple houses down from us, and power was out for just a little bit, but it's back on.
While the epicenter was out in the ocean, we still felt the impacts. It was powerful. In fact, it's been more than
this one she says,
decades
oh, a psychic medium, scary, huh? Well, my boyfriend's name is actually Tony and not Pete, and me and my kids are psychic too, so I guess we will see who's more spiritually ranked. And please come at me with your best death spell. I openly invite you to mess with my Lord and Savior who protects me. Jesus won't let you lay a single hand on me or my family, so I saved your threat. So I saved your threat for someone who gives a fuck. What are you talking about? My spells are for me, and my spells are for the children to protect themselves. And if this is true, if she does have kids, she's just selling her kids to the system. It's disgusting what these people will do. Where's the dad at? Where's the father at? Pete is not a good person at all. He brings in pedophiles. She's no different than a pedophile, my boys. My death is for me. I'm celebrating my death. She did death spells because she's the hate that she brings in from this Jesus, this Lord. What she's doing is she's teaching her own kids this type of hate, this type of disgusting behavior. Pete's the only one that can trigger me. My daughter, I'm a Virgo actually. My daughter is a Cancer. Like, I don't know I don't know if this is AI pretending to be her.
Give up on what was clearly going to be an uphill nomination process.
Or this is really, this is.
Attorney General. Then there was Trump's choice for DEA.
I don't do magic, baby. I am the magic.
Well, now there is a question of whether Pete Hegseth could be the third to fall.
I'm a different man than I was years ago, and that's a redemption story that I think a lot of Americans appreciate. And I know
that's why P. Diddy was able to get away with what he was doing, because people like, oh, I'm God, I can be God. If I'm God,
personally and professionally,
okay, well, just like there's
this week,
it's just another person saying a human fucking being. Then you're just a bad person, just as a narcissist.
Let's bring an ABC senior reporter.
If the Lord and Savior, like,
Catherine, Pete Hegseth has been making the rounds on Capitol Hill this week to try
the
to
Sound of Freedom.
Is he closer?
Hey Alexa, what is the Sound of Freedom?
Sound of Freedom is a 2023 biography film starring Jim Caviezel, Mira Sorvino, and Bill Camp. The incredible true story of a former government agent turned vigilante who embarks on a dangerous mission to rescue hundreds of children from traffickers. The film is 2 hours and 11 minutes long. The movie has a rating of 7.6 out of 10 on IMDb based on around 125,000 votes, and is rated PG-13.
That's $1 million question, Brad.
We just made more money off of what's already been happening.
Serving in the Senate. Through my reporting, I know
so my spells
for
my death, because whoever makes money off of me is it. Oh, and by the way, like, what's that movie? Oh, my dad kept telling me. My dad kept giving me the image of a daughter on the beach and a big wave coming. I don't know if that has deep impact. Let's see.
And only 2 of them
I always forget.
said that they would support Hegseth. Now, none of them have said that they won't.
This is why I wanted you guys to
what's really going on here and the allegations.
How was the meeting with Senator Joni yesterday? Productive meeting. Excellent.
Most notably, there's Senator Joni Ernst. She's the first female combat veteran in the Senate. She's a key Republican member of the Armed Services Committee, and she herself is a survivor of sexual assault.
It was a very thorough conversation.
She's non-committal. We don't know how she's going to vote on Hegseth. She says she's not there yet, but interestingly, she also is one of the people who has been floated as a replacement to Hegseth.
Yeah, that one.
Should Trump ask him to withdraw?
You're up for consideration as defense secretary, Senator. Mr. Hegseth.
That's what my dad keeps giving me, that image. And I'm like, aw.
What is the plan from Trump? Like, he has a backup plan? Because I'm kind of wondering.
So then when I go to the beach, I'm like,
if he's been working the phones
that's
to
like,
try to keep this nomination on track.
No, he's actually not really fighting him at all. I think most remarkably in all of this is that this is different than Matt Gaetz. Remember,
I wanted family,
at the time was
and
that President-elect Trump
I was looking
himself to senators saying, please vote for him. J.D. Vance
for something that wasn't there, but it
clear
is
in the
there. It
Gaetz
was just
situation that the votes just weren't going to happen for a variety of reasons.
I just didn't know how to
that he was facing.
tell my
now,
kids.
as it relates to Hegseth, Trump is essentially telegraphing behind the scenes, like, look, you're on your own. You got to prove your
I'm
point
not
on
the
Capitol
chosen
Hill. You have to
144.
have
I'm
these
against
meetings with these
it.
senators.
I'm against the terror readers. I'm against this. I'm against activists, because activists, they don't do anything but make money, like the movie.
I spoke to him again. He says he's fighting.
I'm proud to be here. And as long as Donald Trump wants me in this fight,
I'm not proud to be here.
But we're only hearing that from Hegseth. And frankly,
I hate being here.
When you think about it, because from our reporting,
And for the people who keep trolling me online, they don't.
Asked DeSantis if he'd be interested in the job. Now he wasn't saying
they don't care for the kids. They never cared.
Said he's going to withdraw. He wasn't saying that.
And I have some children that are like
back to Trump that he would be completely interested in
watching the living heal so they can heal
for this to
themselves.
go south and quickly.
And I'm even catching myself now more like I'm not talking. When I think I'm talking, I'm not talking. I even caught that on camera too.
Just does not have on his resume. Hey, last question, Catherine, because as Trump plans to take office, we've seen President Biden clearly change his thinking on some things, right? Most notably about pardons. He pardoned his son.
Monkey, monster, morning, mortuary, moth, mother, a moon.
That you might not have been expecting.
Well, the answer is yes.
Okay,
here, and
this is what I have. So read your dreams, boys. Read your dreams. And when you read your dreams, you will
amongst our colleagues about preemptive pardons.
You will understand and do the mirror image when you do the mirror. When you go to sleep, know that you're not in control when you're sleeping. Like, to an extent you are. But when you are alive, it's the same fucking thing. When you are awake, it's the same fucking thing. So when you are like how I'm talking to you right now, and you see my eyes,
she's a radical war hawk.
I am dreaming. It's a dream state. So I am looking at people. If I go outside, chances are those people are going to, I'm going to trigger them, especially with my bells. That's why I do the bells.
So you could just preemptively say, like, hey, whatever you think these people did in these certain number of years, you cannot charge them for anything. Like, you can do that.
It's an effort to protect these people, Brad, before they're even charged with any crimes. Sure, there's some opinion.
P. Diddy got away with what he did is because of how the government runs, how corrupt this is, how the 4 and the 7, how the 7 and the 4 works. God, number 4 and number 7.
Although, again, just like Hunter Biden, like, he had the chance to say this throughout the last year that he would do this.
Each year you become something. Work with your numbers. Work with your number. Because that is really truly not your number, but work with the birth number that you are given. And some children will cry when you sing happy birthday to them. The reason why is because they had you're gonna have a hard road. Just like, I'm pretty sure, like, I don't like happy birthday. It sounds like the tone. It's not.
The real gift is this.
And I was always wondering that too. Because I go to the bar and I'll hear, oh, it's a birthday, and I'll sing happy birthday. Or anywhere I go, I'll hear the birthday. But in death, in the hospital, you'll hear happy birthday. And when someone's dying, so when there's a death, there's a birth. When there's a birth, there's a death. It's a cycle.
Last thing, 'tis the season for haggling. Oh, some nice looking Doug furs up in here. Let's see what they got. Across the country, Americans are visiting nurseries and tree lots and grocery stores, scoping out the perfect Christmas tree. Okay, so we got some 5-footers, we got some 8-footers.
The gap. Something about the gap in between.
Any of these? Is there like one day that is the most popular to
So
buy
when a baby
Christmas
cries
tree?
in that tone, that happy birthday, just know that they're going to be more spiritual, awake.
On the 1st and 2nd Saturday of December.
Music.
And he says to economists, Christmas tree season is like this.
So you got to take care of that.
You got a limited supply of a product that people don't need, but they
for
want.
the Caitlin Reckless, she used her children. She's using these children as pawns to do whatever. What it's unacceptable as a mother. It's disgusting. She's grooming other children to think that what she's doing is right online when it's truly disgusting online.
Which is why I've arrived at my local Christmas tree stand on a
the military knows, because the military does this shit. This is high school bullshit. This is high school bullshit, which I didn't like high school at all. I couldn't stand it. Now I have parents trying to have sex with kids. Like, I definitely know people who would do that, boys. That's why I was scared. I had people that would go, just because they hate me, they'll go have sex. They'll have sex with my kids. That's how disgusting the family is and the people that I know. That's how disgusting it is. I have seen it with other people, and I don't. No way. I cannot. That's rape. To me, that's rape.
Well, inflation is an average across all products, so Christmas.
So if I find out,
be pushing up the inflation number this season.
And when I'm dead, that's why I'm excited. That's why I'm like, my dad's like, yeah, I could do the same thing that he's doing, and he's showing me. I will get my justice, but the longer I hate, it's just I cannot carry that on, because then it's just dark, and I don't want that. Because the point is, I wanted you to learn the lesson here. So Leonardo Da Vinci is the one that has told me that the zodiac signs are wrong. And to me, it just makes sense, because it's just the universe changes, everything changes. What was once was never. You can't go be like, it will not. You gotta work around it, and you gotta find a way to put it back where it belongs. It's 2024. There's so much technology. We shouldn't have people taking pills so we can. The system is so broken. These teachers are like, it's just like online. They're silencing my voice for guns, for things that won't help our mental health growth, like our growth. Why we are here for. People of God, the 144, the chosen ones, they're not here for the universe, for the earth. They're not here for Mother Earth. They're destroying Mother Earth. So,
Producer Kelly goes back to her plastic tree.
You gotta say goodbye to McDonald's, Burger King, like fast food places. You gotta say goodbye to and start giving it back to that family member, those family, because those chains, those restaurant fast food places have people, had family members starting it back up. That's why we were like, yeah. It goes back to the family member. It goes back. Give it back to the original owners. So as for Disney, there's more investigation. There's more to it than that. And Nicholas comes up, and so is Chris comes up.
Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians.
The death stuff that I do, the magic stuff I do, I do the mirror. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's all for the children. It's all it's all for a purpose, and it's not just for me. I'm doing it from another source that is telling me how and to what to look up, what to do, what like yeah, you can't copy it. You can't look it up because if I look it up, I have somebody else trying to copy it. So I just like to give it to you boys. So I'll be whispering it to you. And then when you know, you'll just have a smile on your face and it's there. So, I'm honored, I'm grateful because again, I'm supposed to be dead. And here I am. It's amazing. But first, a lot of people are lying because my brother is not going to stand up. There's too many people. He needs help. No one's going to help him. I know I am. And I know I'm going to help myself. I know I'm going to help my kids. And the reason why I wanted all boys is because of my brother. So I promised my kids, I promised my boys. I'm using this platform to educate the children because the children were not being heard, and they have to know that all these tarot readers, all these people on YouTube, they knew and they did absolutely nothing. Because here I am waiting. And they think money's gonna help solve this issue, this climate change. How is a gun gonna grow a tree? How is a gun gonna change a baby's diaper? Is a gun more important than a child's life? And I was looking up, when does like sperm, I gotta bring it up, when does it have a consciousness? Like, when does that start? Whoever had an abortion and whoever lost a baby, they will still be with you. And to me, that is a fucking blessing. Why would you want to ignore that as like a second chance on how it's being blind and not long distance relationships? It's similar. Being deaf, using your other senses, it's unique, it's neat. We're human having an experience in a world that changing. It's always changing. So why are we focusing on destroying others. It just doesn't make sense. People like this online only make me wish harder for death. It doesn't do anything for me. It just makes me cry for you boys even more, for your future. Wishing it, just do your best, do your best. So when my death comes, it's celebrated with the universe, because they know that I wanted good for you boys. It is written in the stars, and however we choose to go home, just know that you give 110%. Did you give it your all? Did you heal like the way you wanted to heal? Did you make sure you lived the life that you wanted to and not for anyone else? Did you make sure you helped when you needed to help? Did you make sure like you didn't hate like you're supposed to, like hate, jealousy type of shit? Yeah, that's history. I learned a lot and I saw a lot. You know, see something, say something, and I did. And then I got the, oh no, you're crazy, you know, I was getting the Britney Spears treatment, and I'm like, oh my god. So I know there's trolls online searching it, but I'm not for the Britney Spears army. I'm totally against that class. Just like the Scientology. They're part of the Scientology people. It's Disney. The reason why I stayed with your dad, boys, is because this needed to happen. I couldn't do this all by myself, so I asked for help, and this is the help I'm getting back. The universe stepped in, and this is what I'm doing. I'm showing people the universe stepped in for me, because there's no God, there's no Jesus, there's another force that's coming. And the royal family knows. So that's pretty cool. That is. I'll see you boys in a bit, because I wanted to go to the gym, but I guess I'll go later. Gotta do some more papers, organize some papers, and I don't know what you guys want from here. I don't know. Traveling. I just know I'm gonna travel with Hermes, but I can't see it yet. It's all black. I mean, there's still things I could see, but it's all black. For right now, it's black. Because I want you boys, I wanted to, you boys with me, to travel. The whole reason. I wanted to do so much with you boys. And we never had the money. So it was just planning on what to do. And it was fun. The planning part was fun. Yeah. Because you could have all the money in the world and go to somewhere and just not get the experience that you were expecting to have. I don't know. But money is not life. Life is not money. You can't buy this. You can't buy a universe. You can't buy air. You can't buy a life. And people are trying to buy a life and using people. That's why they are raping children, because they think it doesn't matter. Then why have an animal? Why have a pet? Why even? I don't understand. Like that. The part I'm still like trying to process. Like, why damage a child, knowing that child can grow up? Like, you killed that child's spirit. I hope that child comes back at you, like, like Kill Bill style. So that's what I'm doing. Yes, John Benet Ramsey, that case, she just always reminded me of Britney Spears. So just that alone, it's sad. Because she was so pretty. She was like, she looked so old. And these moms, these pageant moms, like the dance moms, they're not. It's like they're living through their children. And that's not what you're supposed to do. They had their life already. Because their life was controlled, so now they're going to control their child's life. That's what happens. And then ends up that their child that they controlled snapped and ended up doing something else, like drugs or alcohol, or doing something else, or they were sexually abused and didn't tell their parent because it was like some kind of freedom. And then they end up getting pregnant, and then bam, they neglect the kid because they don't have love. And the government knows that. They know that because they studied on animals on it. It's sad. I love you, boys, and I think I ranted on something about nothing, but I know I'll listen to this anyways, and it'll help me fall asleep. This is bullshit. It's taking too long. It's taking way too damn long. See you boys in a bit.